My name is Shajee Syed-Quadri. I am 17 years old and I attend Irvington High School.
Alright, later. Good, dude. You wanna play ball? Yeah.
At my high school, I'm the president of the Muslim Student Association, and I think the diversity of my school and having the opportunity to be amongst people who I know understand where I'm from helps give kind of that thing that you can lean on, during tough times. I have my identity and I'm proud of it.
All right, so you guys are going to compare and contrast the Universal Declaration of Human Rights with the Constitution and answer what you believe. Here at Irvington, while Muslims are not the majority, they're a much bigger population here than other places. And so Jack Weinstein, who's with Facing History, called me up and asked if I'd be willing to find a couple of students to bring them to middle schools in the area. How are we doing? We get them? Who have less diverse populations and don't have as much access to Muslim students.
The greatest threat to our civil liberties comes from the limits we put on ourselves because of our fear of others.
I definitely agree. Fear plays a big part of our discrimination, our prejudice towards others.
And this has been quite rampant in history too. You look at the Japanese internment and during World War, like kind of how the U.S. was afraid of Japanese Americans. And then you can kind of compare that to obviously the September 11th attacks and how people sort of have a fear towards someone who looks like a Muslim.
Shajee has a lot of personal conviction in making sure to stand up for things he believes in, and he was very excited about the opportunity.
I think it's important for me to go to other schools and to talk to the students about my religion, to show I'm a normal high school teenager, and that this is actually a religion of peace and tolerance.
All right, if I could have your attention up front, please. We are studying Islam, and I know that when you see portrayals of Muslims, it's not always positive. We try to dispel these negative images and generalizations, but really we're coming at it from outside of the religion. So we were able to invite students from Irvington High School to talk about their experience.
And Shajee is the head of the Muslim Student Association at that school.
At Irvington, the students have come through courses that are rich in the study of issues of identity and the power of labels. That's a major theme for Facing History.
So this is a learning opportunity. Shajee is going to help us address some of the prejudices that sometimes underlie a lot of our lives.
And I think when we put kids in conversation with each other, kids can teach each other a lot.
Thanks everyone for having me.
I wanted to talk about what it's like for me as a Muslim growing up here, and some of the things that I have to be conscious of. Since the attacks on September 11th, there has been a lot of scrutiny. We've heard stories and we've had friends who've been racially profiled, and I have been a punchline of a lot of terrorist jokes, and I'm very comfortable about telling I'm Muslim, telling that I've done things like memorizing the whole Quran. Feel free to ask anything you guys want. Go ahead.
What are your opinions about the mosque being built near a couple of blocks down from 9/11?
Good question. I definitely understand the sensitivity of the issue and why people might be against building a mosque, near Ground Zero. And it wasn't even a mosque, actually. It actually turned out to be an Islamic center. At the same time, I think as Muslims, it's extremely important for us to differentiate ourselves from the people who committed those atrocious acts. That could be a great avenue of education for people who want to learn and see that these are actually peaceful people. What those people did should not be a reflection of what Islam actually is all about.
Do you pray 5 times a day?
Yeah, I do, and I'd actually like to show you how it's done. So, when you start a prayer, you make the intention that you're going to pray towards Mecca. So we start off by saying, God is great. And we fold our hands, and then during this time we recite the first chapter of the Quran. And then we come down, and this is what we call the position of humility. And we say, praise be to God 3 times, come up, and then again, to end the prayer, you say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to the angel on the right, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to the angel on the left.
Are you allowed to text girls that are not Muslim?
Of course, yeah. I am exactly like you guys in many ways. Like I like hanging out with friends. I like, trying out different kinds of foods. I like, go on Facebook, but also, study and work hard at the same time.
What kind of music do you like to listen to?
I love rap and I write my own rap music.
Oh God, yes. Do some.
Putting me on the spot here. Okay, a couple verses, all right, just to show you guys. All right. So my rapper name is Lil Q, by the way. So just to start off, all right. Lil Q in the building. Y'all know that I'm crazy. My rapping's so clean, it'll make your mind hazy. Believe me, see me. That's 'cause I'm freaky and everybody wants me 'cause I make it look so easy. People say I can't rap, that's only 'cause I'm Indian. But my raps are so raw 'cause I'm 1 in a billion.
I think it's important for students to find a voice and to be able to communicate with each other at different levels. So anytime Shajee can come into a school in front of a group of 50, 7th graders and rap for them, I think that's a very powerful thing for them because it's not the picture that they normally see.
A question for you to think about right now is, how has this helped you approach Islam from a different aspect of thinking? How has it complicated your way of thinking?
It's sort of shown me that all these stereotypes that we always hear about on the news and stuff aren't true.
And Shajee, he's like no other different guy in America. And well, I feel how he is because I came from another country too, so kind of feel the same.
Thanks, you're a good rapper.
One of the students, he complimented me on my rapping. And maybe he had a different image in his head, like the long shawl and the beard.
Thank you.
Nice. You've really opened my eyes.
But now when he thinks of a Muslim, he's gonna think of, someone who's just kind of like, he's just like a normal American. Muslims just like us.